Bitsy. Hey strangers, Bitsy Tandem, and welcome back. Today's episode is sponsored by Wacom, the leading brand in digital artistry products. And without any further ado, I would like to introduce to you my lovely assistant.
Hey strangers, I'm Aaron. I do most of the editing for Made in Disguise and thebitterpublishings.com.
Most of you would know him as Assistant Bean. So today me and Aaron are actually going to be reviewing the Wacom Cintiq 16. It is their newest line of Cintiq, which is a display tablet where you draw directly on the display. They're wonderful products, and I've been using one since 2014 to create all of my comic book endeavors. So the reason why I brought Assistant Bean on today is because this particular tablet was built with the beginner in mind, and though he does do a lot of my flat shading and he'll lay in some of the colors and stuff, the drawing aspect is...
I don't have any experience whatsoever when it comes to art.
Yeah, yeah, that.
Very little.
But we want to get him drawing more, so we're going to see how he likes this new tablet. Because now that I have two, you can probably actually maybe use one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That is exciting.
So first off, I'm going to do my professional opinion review, and then we're going to have Assistant Bean go at it, and then we will meet back on the couch to discuss what we have learned. So let's switch over to that.
I like it.
So let's jump right into the trials, shall we? Right off the bat, the screen feels amazing. It is almost like paper. It's really smooth. It feels good having my hand on it. My previous tablet I owned has much more of a glassy feel to it, and it's not bad by any means, but this feels really natural, which is really great. And then the Pro Pen 2 feels super smooth on this. It's got a little bit of grit, just like a small amount to actually feel like it's could be paper. Like if you had your eyes closed, you probably couldn't tell that this was a tablet. And the tilt on this is supposed to be pretty amazing. If we do like an up and a down and just compared to a straight line, I think that's pretty awesome. My other one definitely has tilt as well. It's not quite as drastic, and honestly, just the pen itself feels amazing. I like it a lot. So I'm just gonna jump in and do an illustration, and I'll just speed that up for you guys, and I will be back with my opinion. All right. Ta-da!
Alright everyone, so I don't have any real art experience like you may have seen from the first setup, so giving this a very real first time glimpse of what it looks like for especially a lot of you beginner artists, I feel like this is going to be a good instance for you guys to just see like, okay, you've got this very powerful setup, it's sleek, it looks awesome, but what is it going to be for someone that just hasn't done anything before? So, I'm going to walk through what I'm doing with my voice, and hopefully it makes me feel better about what it is that I'm doing. I'm hoping I'm going to make some sort of watercolor mountain as it comes in. The first thing I notice, besides that I'm making a lot of brown, is that it actually feels really good. I've done precisely one other digital thing before, I guess you could say, in that I have this really small other cheap tablet that I forget what it's actually called, but it doesn't have any actual display. This is the first actual, powerful display that I've ever used before that my pen is actually in contact with it. I can see that my pen, even though it's floating a little bit away from the canvas, it functions as a little bit of a mouse cursor. But the nice thing is that it actually seems to respond to pen pressure like a normal pen or pencil or watercolor brush or anything else that you would actually use with tactical feedback, I guess you would say. I think I'm going to say the magic words that speeds us into the speed painting part of this video, and you guys will get to see the finished product. Well, I think that's what I ended up with. I had a mountain in my head, but I somehow ended up with a bit of a hairy butt. Which I'm okay with. Overall, the experience was very smooth, and I could see how this would be an extremely worthwhile tool for individuals to, get their feet wet when it comes to digital art.
So guys, we have both tried this beautiful Cintiq 16 Pro, and I think we have some opinions on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a great experience overall. As you can see in the video, there's some things that I'm significantly lacking, but overall, I believe the feel of drawing on a pen display is something that greatly overcomes some of the more redundant. They make these little tiny tablets that you can draw on that hook up to a computer, but
Yes,
yeah.
the one you have is literally the cheapest one you can get on Amazon, and it's some Huion
or something. It's like $20 or so.
Wacom does make a similar tablet called the Intuos, and it's their cheaper solution, and it's actually great if you're used to using a mouse pad to do your art, which I have never done. I've always done traditional to Cintiq screenage.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely, I would say a very, very dedicated beginner, someone that's kind of around the same starting stage that I am, where they kind of have ideas in their head that they just can't quite translate into an actual piece of artwork, but they know that they want to take the requisite steps to actually get to a high level of, artistic performance. This is definitely a really good place for those people to start. I think it's only around $600
It's
or so.
$650, and that's a steal for something this nice.
Oh yeah.
It feels like paper. The pen is very, very sensitive, and it's just like you're drawing with a normal piece of paper and a pencil, but you've got all the tricks that come with digital art, which is really awesome.
So. And I think just the simplest thing where, I'm a musician myself, so when you have a nice instrument, literally this is what that is, that it just inspires you to do more and greater work. Even just this couple of minutes that I spent drawing my subpar mountain that turned into just a very hairy looking hill is that I actually want to spend a couple more hours today, even just to kind of spend some time investing myself to some education and other things. You go if I was able to do something that was like that, maybe if I actually spent time getting better, I myself would get better.
And honestly, when I first started pursuing comics, I was just practicing and having, a really difficult time with pencil and paper. I'm a pinky dragger, so I would, do all of my art, and then it all turned out smudged, and I was very discouraged. And then I found out about the Wacom tablets, and I did a lot of research and saved up and bought my, this little dude, the Cintiq Companion Pro. You can tell it is well used. We've got the marks on it there. But when I started, I didn't have really any drawing experience. I was just out of high school. The only art classes I had were high school classes, and I taught myself and learned everything I know on this tablet. And it's awesome because if you're learning and building up and you really want to pursue this, it's great to have those years under your belt with the product you're going to be using in the future.
Yeah.
There's no reason to limit yourself. If you're going to invest in creating something awesome, I think you should invest in yourself. Other than the tablets themselves, we do have our little Pro Pins. So this is the one, and that is the Pro Pin 2. And the feel is actually a little different.
Yeah.
This one's a little...
Oh,
It's
actually.
a little differently balanced. It's got more weight at the tip and not so much back here. And I actually like the eraser feels kind of realistic almost. It was very kind of addicting to use the eraser. I really enjoyed that. And then the nibs are also different.
Yeah, actually, now that I'm holding both of them at the same time, there's quite a significant, like, instantaneous feel difference that you have from the
Yes.
2 pen or so. Like, I'm holding on to
The
Bitsy's
weight
older
here
one.
is in the middle, and the weight there is
in
in
the
its
tip.
And the nib is a little longer and thinner, and this one's kind of short and stubby, which actually makes it feel really nice.
But overall, probably a great experience no matter which product you decide to go with, but having the nice screen display and something that really allows you to get a deeper jump start into your artistic practice would, I say, be worthwhile.
Yeah, and if you're a professional like me and you're wondering if you want to do the upgrade to get the newer models, I would definitely recommend looking into a larger surface. You can get the TabMate and have a lot of like canvas space to work on. They're really awesome. So that is our official pro versus beginner opinions on the brand new Wacom Cintiq 16 Pro. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope that you are more informed about your decisions for your upcoming art endeavors, and stay strange.
Stay strange, guys.